Okay, so this summer I worked as a host at a restaurant slash resort that shall remain unnamed for this video. Yeah, in this case times get hard and I had to end up crawling back. So when they hired me and said I was gonna be a host, I figured, okay, cool, I'll just sit people down and, that's it. Just say, hey, how you doing? We got a table for two, cool, go this way and, be done with it. Simple. Then I found out the host of a restaurant can be the most hated person in the restaurant and outside the restaurant. The host serves as a gateway between the customer and their food, basically, and the server's tips. Even though I know all y'all been to a restaurant, it goes like this. Guest talks to host, the host finds a server for the guest. And I found out there was a whole lot of different things that I didn't really notice that was an issue until I actually started working in this restaurant. And like I said, as a host, you can get attacked on both ends. So it really taught me a lot of things. And with the things I learned, I just wanted to see if I can get the word out and just give the guest and the server a message. First of all, starting with the guest. Don't get mad just because you didn't get a booth. Literally, the first 3 hours I was working at this place, I didn't realize just how many people ask for booths, especially older people. Usually, I like booths too, but usually when I get one, I'm usually just hoping that I get a booth. I don't just go in there asking for a booth because I'm hungry. I just want to eat first. If you are a guest at a restaurant and you see that the restaurant is crowded, do not come in there making outlandish requests. If you get a booth, you get a booth. If you don't get a booth, you don't get a booth. When I'm sitting you down, don't turn around to me and say, why didn't you give us that booth over there? We can sit right there too. My job is to get you to a seat in the next server's section. My job is not to make sure that you're comfortable while you eat your burger. And like I said, if you want a booth, just make sure you just ask. Don't forget manners just because you feel like you're entitled because some people are bringing out food to you. And in addition to asking for booths, don't make outlandish requests. Don't come up to me and your request is, I need a place that is warm and away from everybody. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to end up sending you in a cold place where everybody's around you. We don't know the location of the restaurant that has low humidity and partly cloudy skies in a restaurant. Like, we're not weathermen. If you're dining in a restaurant, don't ask for a spot where people can't see you. You're in a restaurant. When you turn around, people will be seeing you, but people aren't going to be seeing you. They're going to be paying attention to the food that they pay $15 for. And the reason we're sitting you where we sit you when it seems like we can sit you anywhere else is because we're following a rotation. And we have to follow this rotation to make sure the servers have a fair amount of tips and a fair amount of traffic going through today. If you see a booth or a table beside the door and I will take you to the back of the restaurant, that's because the servers need to get their tips. So that's my message for the guests. It doesn't matter. Y'all still going to be complaining when y'all go. But now on to the servers. If you are a server at a restaurant, do not sign up to be a server at a restaurant unless you're trying to get paid. There's a thing called double seating where sometimes the host may accidentally or have to sit one server 2 times in a row. If you got double seated, there is a reason you're getting double seated, but also look at it as a way of this is more money for me. That's why I said if you're trying to be a server, you need to be about your money because not everybody who becomes a server is cut out for it. And serving is something like you really have to be passionate about or, you have to be good at it. You have to want to do this shit. You can't wake up in the morning and just say, hey, I'm going to wait tables for a little bit just so I can have some extra money coming in and expect to last long as a server. It just won't happen. You got to go in there knowing that you're going to be busy and also that you're getting paid very little. So your best bet is to have a great positive attitude so you can make rent this month. And for the servers that hate their job, don't come up to the host saying you're going to go to the restroom every hour or tell the host that you don't want people in their section because you're effing up the rotation for everybody. Now I gotta deal with a 62-year-old entitled guest who just wants a seat just because they like the area and the feng shui of the whole restaurant. They need this seat just because. Like I knew I could get attacked by some guests, but I didn't know the people inside were gonna be coming at me too. So, in summary, if you go to a restaurant and you get mad because you can't get a booth, then obviously you're not that hungry and you need to go somewhere else. And also, if you are a server and complain when you have to serve people, do not sign up to be a server. Because if that's the case, just sign up for unemployment and call it a quits.
Welcome to the briny deep, where none of our prices are ever too steep. We've got fresh fish, you can look in our tank. To get to the bathroom, make a left at the plank. Follow me. Get loaded.
for his costume. Couldn't pay me to wear an outfit like that.
Think you'll be needing a booster seat, little boy.